Okay.
Adam, tell them what you did just before we came on stage.
Yeah, tell them. Go on.
Leave the guy alone. Leave the guy alone.
He's so little.
Oh, so much stupid. No. It's okay. We're not going to share that.
We're not. We're carrying a bit of it with us, but we won't say anything else.
Wow.
We'd love you guys to ask us some questions because that's why we're here to talk to you.
No, not you, Larry. Not you.
Larry's going down.
My question is, out of all the 7 doors from Snow White, which one describes you?
I'd obviously be sneaky.
There is no sneaky.
He could have been called sneaky?
No.
What's the closest approximation?
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm taking grumpy.
I'm grumpy in the morning, I'm dopey during the day, and at night I'm sleepy.
Look at Holland.
Very good.
I'd probably...
Alright. Or maybe smelly? No. Smelly? No. I'm sorry. Hey, over to you, John.
I think I would put in for Prince Charming.
Wow. Very good question. Very good question. Next question. Yes.
Hello, my name's Mary Jane. This question's mostly for Adam, but it's really open for any of you guys. This was originally for all of you. He said Adam would have the best answer for this. What's your most awkward moment from like filming or something?
Well, we had one about 10 minutes ago.
Look, I had a dodgy steak last night, that's why. Sorry. My most embarrassing moment.
Just so many.
2 years of embarrassing moments. I did have my kind of introduction to most actors is always slightly awkward. For example, when I first met Dean O'Gorman, we were at a play together, and I knew that he was coming into The Hobbit, and he knew I was in The Hobbit, and we kind of went over to talk to each other, and I was like, "Oh hi," and he went, "Oh hi." But if Jed, get Jed up, and if Jed was...
Oh man! It's Dean!
I went over...
I'm so telling Dean, you're in big trouble, man.
I went over to kind of do the whole hi, and we kind of both went into and then I kind of ended up holding him for a little bit. And then I walked away, and we didn't talk about this for ages. Until a few drinks later we said, oh yeah, it was really inappropriate, wasn't it? So that was weird. And my first time meeting...
Dean is so small.
My first time meeting Orlando Bloom was pretty spectacular as well.
Oh yeah, this is great.
So I had a day off work because I had a terrible reaction to the makeup. My skin was aching like anything.
Weak.
So we were put up in this most beautiful peninsula of Wellington, and I had a house and a little porch with a little garden. And I had my day off. My face was all red and peeling, and I was in my underpants and my t-shirt and I was just in the garden pegging out my washing. So I was pegging out the washing, and Orlando was pushing his little son in his pushchair down the peninsula, and he said to me, he was coming along and went, "All right, mate?" We hadn't really met. He knew I was in the movie, and obviously I knew he was in the movie. And as I was pegging it out, when he said, "All right, mate," I screamed so much. I went, "Ah!" But the peg basket went everywhere. And there was me in my underpants going, "Oh, hello," sort of picking up the pegs with a really red, horrible face, going, "Oh, so nice to meet you, hello." So that was pretty embarrassing.
Hi, so my question is, in the original book, most of the dwarves are only mentioned, like, not much is described about them, so I was wondering how you all built up your characters, since there wasn't that much information about them.
Deep research. We had to get in psychologists, psychiatrists, and people like that, so that we knew what the hell we were doing, and then we just ignored all that stuff. And I sat in a trailer, sadly, with Peter Hambleton, and he said, "Well, you would have been an apothecary, you would have probably helped at births and things, you probably even helped deliver Gimli and dropped him on his head, didn't you?" And that was pretty much what I did, and I mentioned a couple of things to Philippa, who was writing, and to the director, and he was quite keen that Oin was the person who invented ointment. So with those two little things, yes, we established a three-dimensional, deeply intellectual, incredibly fit, and possibly the hottest of all the dwarves.
We all think that. Actually, what was fantastic, different areas, so we all have different accents. Accents. We've all got different accents.
Because I was a ridiculous Marvel fan when I was a kid. I still have the comics. Yeah. I still have them at home, and to have the opportunity to be part of that universe was just wonderful. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I would love to do it again. If they ask me, I'm ready to do it.
So would you tell Tom Hiddleston that you were Loki before Loki was cool?
I always tell him that.
All right, I have a question specifically for Biffer and Callen. I'd like to
You're two different people.
Look, it's not so much, it's kind of a ruin moment for me. I just move away from the guys so they can't hear me. But you see, we did this scene in the barrels, and we got to the studio and they built this incredible river in the studio run by two huge V8 engines. The water was whizzing around, and they very nicely heated the water up for us. They really looked after us. But certain people did something in the water, in the barrels, which kind of ruined it for me. I'm not quite sure who it is, I think. And they did naughty things in the water. Disgusting. Or maybe it was all of us.
And poor William had to swim in that for 2 weeks, so...
Yeah, because they didn't empty it out.
It's nice to get close to people when you're working with them.
Okay, conventions can be a pretty crazy place, and the fans doubly so.
Hi.
Which of you has the most memorable, be it crazy or creepy or funny, fan experience that you've had?
That's a very dangerous
Adam, do you want to...
Very dangerous.
Sorry, I can't remember your name, but I do remember your face.
When we first went to Bonn in Germany, there were two young ladies from Scandinavia who turned up in the most outstanding costumes you could imagine. And I will never forget the face of Mark Hadlow as he was signing autographs and smiling and passing them on and signing and smiling and saying thank you. And then he looked up and he saw these two goddesses and his tongue, literally like Jim Carrey's, hit the floor. His eyes widened to the ceiling, and for the first time he got off his backside, went round to the queue, and he was hugging these two women so tightly. That is a vision I will never forget. And then later on that night, seeing Sylvester McCoy trying to dance with them.
John, will you tell us about the special rings that you had made?
Yeah, sure. When the Lord of the Rings was made, apparently people got tattoos, all the cast, Peter Jackson. And I was far too chicken for that. And anyway, we decided that we would all have rings made. Weta made these for us, and some of us are wearing them here today. And on the inside of these rings, and there is basically the story of The Hobbit. It starts off inside in the little Hobbit hole. It goes through the adventure with Smaug and ends up at the Misty Mountain. Absolutely fantastic.
Thank you.
Just shortly, Graham, thanks for replying my tweet in 1 a.m. in the morning. It was a nice wake-up call.
You're very welcome.
Thank you. My question is, if you could invite your character to dinner, what restaurant will you take them?
Invite your own character.
Yeah, so like if you could invite Ori to dinner, what restaurant will you take him?
Cafe.
Somewhere that sells chips.
No green food.
I would go to a sushi restaurant and get a nori roll.
Woo!
Well, I went to a restaurant last night that I would take Dwarven to. It was a really great steakhouse. Yeah, that would definitely be steak. Yeah,
definitely steak.
There is a restaurant in Auckland City, which is a Brazilian restaurant that has huge metal skewers, the kind of thing you might otherwise put a whole animal on.
I worked in the gym, and from that, I did a drama paper at the university because I thought I could teach phys ed and then teach drama. Went to drama school and then never taught. But I did teach aerobics for about 6 years. So we're going to do a butt track to start with. Okay? So we did some of these. That just really firms everything up.
I tell you, you should see it from here.
Some of these.
Oh my God.
I was the only one who could do that. No one else did it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you.
He's 110 as well. It's amazing.
Actually, none of us could walk the next day.
No.
If I remember rightly. We all had strange muscles.
What's your favorite character in Middle Earth? That's for all of you.
One that you actually don't see in the movies, and that's Tom Bombadil.
Radagast the Brown.
I am really struck by the power of Gandalf.
Yeah.
Definitely Galadriel for me. Or I think you actually thought that was a sword, didn't you? Oh, it's okay. No, it's fine, it's fine.
No, I was just very confused.
Could have happened to anyone.
Hey, what can I say? Bilbo!
Well, I'd like to meet Bjorn. Bjorn, I think, is great. He can change shape, he can do what he likes. He goes hunting, he goes fishing, he does everything he likes, and he comes home to this beautiful, beautiful, fantastic home.
Also the same sound as the Star Wars doors.
Oh, there's always...
I am fire.
Graham?
How can I follow that?
So I heard of the calendar you guys did for Peter Jackson's birthday. I don't know what that is.
You want to know what the calendar is?
No, the calendar was.
What, yeah. No, we definitely don't want to do your pose. You know, no.
You're talking about the nude calendar, are you?
I still haven't recovered from seeing it, man. I don't need to see it again ever.
I remember, listen, this is true, and I hope you don't mind me telling them this, but when we made the calendar and we had all these different poses. Ken is actually on every month. Ken is in every month, his character. It's like sort of Where's Wally? He is, it's true, he's in every one. And it's some are really difficult to find. But when we showed Peter, it was because for his 50th birthday, and we presented it to him, and there was all sorts of extraordinary images and fun ones and great, laughing, and he's like, oh, this is great. He got to Williams, and he opened the page. I can't remember which month you are. I think you're like October, something like that. And he opened it, and there was just this stunned silence. He was just looking at it, and he went, yeah. But it hangs in his bathroom. It hangs in his bathroom in New Zealand, yeah. So every time he goes to the bathroom, he gets to look at something like that. No, it was great fun. It was great fun. We had to do it in super secrecy because we couldn't let Peter know. So every time we had a break, we would have to get together this photographer, and then we'd have to get into our fat suits or whatever, and just and pose, and then we'd nip out and take a quick picture, and then Weta did a whole design of the calendar for us. It's absolutely a beautiful thing.
And I get to be in
every single month. Every single month.
That makes me a dwarf for all seasons.
You are.
I think I was May, and I don't know if you know this, but Peter Jackson owns the original Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. So, I mean, on a couple of occasions he used to drive it to set, and I thought, oh, this would be so good if I could be washing his car with the bubbles and the foam in my fat suits with roller boots on, leggings and a little sweatband thing, polishing the car.
Extraordinary. In that month, Ken appears in the mirror of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. And it's a really difficult one to find. You go, where is he? I can't find him. There he is.
And I'd just like to know, and I'm asking the team here, how many of those calendars are in existence?
Well, no, there's only one. There's only one.
Because I've heard a rumour there might be two.
There's only one.
There's only one.
There's only